how to be more mindful leaving comments on LinkedIn, because a lot of people are using AI to leave comments on LinkedIn, and sometimes they're not being mindful with the types of comments they're leaving. So Jane came up with an idea to host a weekly event on Mondays at 1 p.m. Eastern to teach people how to be more mindful when leaving comments on LinkedIn. When you're using Evie AI to leave comments, if you don't train it on how you want it to sound, it's going to sound robotic by default because AI is trained to be a robot. And if you try to use the latest version of Evie or the latest version of AI in general, it's trained to be a PhD level robot. So it's not going to sound human, no matter how human you make it sound. And everyone has a different way of what sounds human and what doesn't sound human. Jane, I see you raise your hand. Do you want to share something?
Yeah, I hope you can hear me. I'm in a restaurant. This whole thing came to me that we really talk about this when I saw one of your posts, Joe. I think it was a couple days ago, a week ago, where 4 comments in a row said, your post is so inspiring, and your post is so inspiring, your post is so inspiring. Like, no, people are not reading. We're supposed to be engaging with other people's comments too. And I thought we need to start thinking about this more systematically, how we do this.
So check this out.
Sorry. Oh, good. I was going to say I stopped talking right as you took a bite.
No, you're doing great. So check this out. I'm going to go off. I'm going to go and close this entire thing here. I'm going to open this up here. And I'm going to take a look at some of the posts from today's event. So if I want to leave a comment on this post, I could go to Evie AI and select a specific type of comment that I want to leave. So you see I already left a comment for Christy here. So I'm going to go to the next person over here. I'm actually going to refresh this page here. And I'm going to reopen this posting party thing here. And I'm going to open these one at a time. Okay, so Bobby, for example, posted today. And I want to leave a comment on his post. So I'm going to spark curiosity. I'm going to sound sincere. And I'm going to not do this because that was still thinking I was saying happy birthday to Pidgeen. Okay, so true, Bobby. Data's like a puzzle. When we connect the pieces, we see the big picture. Do you see the way some words are bold and some words are not bold? That's how I talk. And you see the way I ended with ta-da? Because I often say that. But I trained the AI to sound like that. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is authentically me. There's no one that has the comments. Over here, Ellen said, you've highlighted a key challenge, da, da, da. Sherry said, your insights on data, da, 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 da. Evan says, this is a struggle. We have data everywhere. See, every person is sharing something else, but do you see the way my comment was so different from anybody else's comment? It's because of the persona. So if you click on create personas, you can actually train the AI to sound very, very different. As a matter of fact, I have one here called the Chill Vibes persona. It says here, from now on, write all your responses with typos and bad grammar. Don't use perfect English. Make mistakes like real human do when typing fast. Misspell words, forget pronunciation, use the wrong tense, and talk like a casual friend. Okay, so you don't need to go that crazy. But if you want to be able to use a voice that's unique, you can do something like tell it your signature phrases. By the way, do you guys have a signature phrase? Do you have a signature phrase? I can tell you if you do or you don't. Say not sure. Let me know in the chat if you have a signature phrase or not. Like one of them that I have is called Nanya Business. Nanya Business. That's one of my signature phrases. Do you guys have a signature phrase?
I do, but you can't spell it out.
Why? Oh, you stick your tongue out? Well, you could use an emoji.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah. If you're not sure what your signature phrases are, is you can download all your content from LinkedIn that you've written or from your book or from your emails, throw it into AI, and say, could you suggest 10 signature phrases for me? and it'll find your signature phrases, things that you typically say. Or if you've done a lot of podcasts, you could download the transcripts from the podcasts, throw it into AI, say, analyze this for some signature phrases. Go ahead, Mindy.
So Joe, I noticed that in your response, in your comment, you had capitals, letters, and also spacing. Is that something you put into your persona, that to space the words out or to add capitalization at certain points?
Let's read it. Structure. Use short, punchy sentences mixed with longer explanations. Single sentence paragraphs for impact. Personal stories that connect. Clear numbered frameworks. Language. Content pattern. Signature phrases. Strategy. High energy. Boom. None your business. Pitch slap. Desperation breath. Awareness. Consciousness. Purpose. You see that? So yes, I'm telling it exactly how to be able to structure those words. Do you see it says use all caps strategically with emphasis, include explanation points and questions frequently? You see that?
Yeah, I do see that.
And I say write with high energy and enthusiasm. Now, I have other personas that are a little bit different, Mindy.
Yeah.
For example, I'm going to show you some other ones. For example, if I'm writing for a specific automation school, I might say, act as Joe Apfelbaum, a friendly, helpful member of Jack's AI automation community. Reply to another member's post like you're talking to a friend, but still professional. Avoid buzzwords like unlock, insights, leverage. Keep language enough for a 10-year-old to follow, but give real actionable value. Each comment should be at least 3 sentences and include a practical out-of-the-box tip, example, or resource. Use boom for emphasis when it fits naturally, and encourage people to DM me if it makes sense. And I tell it who I am, and I even give it some links to include, helpful links to include. Interesting, right?
Yeah. Is there a way to grab some of that information? Do you have those on School, some of the personas like that?
I do have many, many personas on School. If there's one specific that you want, like maybe you want the German accent persona here.
I'm good with that one. Thank you. All my relatives have that. Listen, I like the one where you spaced it out. I like the way that looks.
Okay, so I'm going to do my high energy persona. So let's go into School and just search for the word persona. And let's just see if there's anything from Joe Apfelbaum related to persona. So you can see there's a lot. So I'm going to just do persona space Joe Apfelbaum. Okay, and let's just see if there's anything here related to personas from Joe Apfelbaum. I have over here, what questions do you have personas? Quit. I'm just going to do high energy persona. Okay, so there's nothing for high energy persona, so I'll go ahead and write a post right now. Example. And then I'm going to drop in my persona here. And I'll paste it into the community for you. And I'll tag you at the end. Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
My
Thank you. Now we're all gonna look like that.
What?
Now we're all going to look like that.
Okay. Boom. So I just put one example over here of a persona. Now we do have many personas in our library. So if you go to the library under the classroom, library, and then you click on personas, and you go to the way bottom of the personas, you're going to see one with a $sign here, and that one has many different personas in the comments, you see?
Okay.
So this one's a LinkedIn influencer persona. It gives you the format, the structure, the unique approach, the tone, the balance. You see that? Sometimes I just use, this one, I really like this one. This is the LinkedIn viral post persona. Creates main points. It uses specific Unicode formatting. You see, you're telling it, use bullets, triple line break between major sections. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes what I do is I'll just use my voice to leave a comment. So, for example, if I see something I really like and I want to use my unique voice, like Tina Larson, I will put the microphone here and say something like, I'll first click into the comment box so Evie AI picks up this comment. I'm going to refresh this just to make sure that it does. Okay, it picked it up. Then I'm going to click on the microphone over here, and I'm going to say something like, Tina, congratulations on getting married. I'm so proud of you. Well done. Now I press generate, and it's going to include that in the comment. You see that? Tina, congratulations on your marriage. Okay? So it kind of threw that in there, even though she didn't write about her marriage here. You see?
Yep.
Because that's information that only I knew. Now, nobody else even wrote congratulations on your marriage. You see that? I'm the only one that wrote that. So that really stood out. So authenticity has to do with what you know that nobody else even knows. Okay. What are you guys saying? I use you know a lot when I give a speech, Gaurav says. Do you want to use that in the comments, Gaurav?
Maybe one of the personas can be that.
Tell me more.
Can't think of anything. I'll have to probably go and look at my old post and see what I use more often. Where is this list of personas? Okay, great. Thank you.
And I can make you a custom persona. So if you go to, let's go to strategy.eviai.com/persona. I have an AI persona builder that I created here. You see, you put in your first name, last name, email, LinkedIn URL, industry, keywords, preferred tone, background, and history, and you hit generate persona, and it'll make you a persona. We're going to integrate this into Evie AI eventually, but I already created a separate one. The other thing that I can do is I can download your profile as a PDF. Do you guys know how to download a profile as a PDF? Gaurav. Let's see. GAU. Okay, so I'm going to open up your profile here. That's you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they stopped allowing the PDF download here. So I'm just going to I'm going to save your profile using this profile saving technology that I have. Now I'm going to copy your profile. I'm going to actually save it as text. Then I'm going to close that. Okay, so now I saved your profile as text. I can go into any LLM like Claude, for example. And then I can drop in here. And I can say review his profile and give me a persona so that AI can sound like him when leaving comments. Let's see.
Why did you choose Claude?
I just like the way it looks and the way it sounds. Doesn't really matter. You can throw it into ChatGPT too. I just like Claude. I just like the way it comes out. But do you see the way it's giving me your identity, your professional background, your communication style, language patterns, content themes, comment approach, an example? Okay, so now I'm going to say, I want you to sound not like AI and instead like someone from India but lives in Australia. Give me signature phrases and examples of being really authentic and mindful. Make me 3 persona options. All right, let's see what it does. Penny says, can I please have the affiliate link? I have someone that wants to join. So Penny, if you go to evieai.com/affiliate and you click on where it says register now here, and then you click on login on the bottom. If you already have a thing, just click login there and grab your link. Penny, once you have your link, put it into Zoom chat and I'll make you a bunch of different links. Okay. Do you see that it has an Australian voice? Mate, it's exactly what you're looking for. Back in India, we'd say, but here in Oz, trust me on this, I learned the hard way. It hits close to home. I wish someone had told me this when I first landed in Sydney. You know what? Let me be brutally honest here. This reminds me of the early days in Melbourne, Sydney. Bloody hell, this takes me back to 2005 when I first landed in Sydney. I remember the tiny apartment in Parramatta, applying to 50-plus jobs and hearing crickets.
Yep.
You see that? This is gold. You know, coming from India, we're taught that it keeps our heads down and do good work. Classic Desi mentality. Do you see the difference now?
Yeah.
But do you see what I did? Explain to me back what I did.
So you took the profile copy and then you asked Claude to create the first initial persona, and then you gave a very specific instruction on from India, living in Australia, and then give 3 options. So you're basically giving more information to the AI because, so then it can really sound a little bit more. Obviously, the information is a little bit off, but the tone has come through, which looks very personalized and authentic. It doesn't sound like AI now.
Yeah, and the other thing I can do is I can click on the post collector. I can use the post collector and download all of your posts. So you know this technology to download all of somebody's posts. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and download all your posts, and then I'm going to throw your posts in there. So I'm going to go ahead and just say, show me all of Gaurav's posts. I don't know what's going on over here, but let me keep downloading. I'm going to hit count posts over here. It's 39 posts so far. We're going to try to download, like, let's say 100 of your posts. Let's see, 75. We got 25 more posts. Let's see, I'm going to hit count posts. Okay, 100 posts. I'm going to hit download. I just downloaded the posts. Now I'm going to go into Claude. I'm going to grab these posts and drag them in here. I'm going to grab and drag them in here. And then I'm going to use Avi AI's prompts. I have a bunch of different prompts in here. Under templates, I can select my prompts. I have one called review content. I analyze the last 100 posts from Gaurav and provide his content themes, communication style, best topics, 6 personas to use in social media to help AI sound like him. Give me a robust training set. All right, let's just see what it does. May as well put it to work, right?
What if all your posts were generated by AI?
Most of them were created by me. I mean, I have been using EVAI for only like last few weeks, so not many posts have been AI generated.
But the good question, Mike, if all your posts are generated by AI, use your emails instead. Download your emails. Or download some authentic stuff that you have, articles that you've written. And if you don't have any, then write some. Like if you've never written anything in your whole life.
No. I understand that. I just think it was interesting to think about that though, because you're developing a persona on AI for AI or whatever.
That's true. It's a big problem.
Brilliant.
Do you see the way that this is making a bunch of personas? The strategic advisor, the cultural bridge builder, the vulnerable mentor, the systematic helper.
Yeah.
So now, I want you guys to think about the following. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a sec. I want you guys to think about the following. By the way, Jen, you're recording, right? Thank God you're recording, because
Yes.
I'm not recording. Good job. Good job, Jen.
Where can we find the recording? I want to come back and look at this.
We'll put it in the community. We'll put it in the community. I want you guys to think about this. How does your content stay authentic? Like, how do you know if your content is actually authentic? Because when I see someone's comment on LinkedIn, I'm going to judge that comment, and I'm going to ask myself, did this person write this comment, or did an AI write it? You know what I mean? Like, is this from their heart? So here are the things that I think about when I want to know if a comment is authentic or not authentic. I think about, is it related to me? Like, is it something that is related to me? Or is it just random, regurgitating what I wrote? Is it related to me? Like, is this something that's significant? So if I say, congratulations, Tina, on your marriage, that's related to her, right? That's number one. Number two is it giving you information that's additive? That's adding to the conversation, or is it just regurgitating stuff? Are you adding any value? Maybe you have a contrarian point of view. Do you know what contrarian is? You want me to show you a contrarian persona? Should we look at it? That would be an interesting one to look at, right? Let's look at a contrarian persona. Let's go into here in personas. Let's look at my last 50 personas over here. And let's look for contrarian. Contrarian comment generator. Analyze a LinkedIn post and create a thoughtful 2-sentence contrarian comment that is created by Joe Applebaum, CEO of Evie AI. The 2-sentence contrarian comment that is created must add a different perspective without contradicting the core message, create unique value through alternative viewpoints, maintain respect to the original author without undermining criticism or other expertise, use constructive framing like another angle or building on this or from a different lens, or think about it. Think about it this way. Building on your point. See, I'm kind of changing it around a little bit. Another yummy angle. You see the word yummy? No one uses the word yummy unless you're a yummy person. Yummy people use the word yummy. Instead of using the word lens, from another way to look at things, you see, it doesn't even make a lot of sense. It's not even like, but it's my way of talking. Because I don't make sense. I make dollars, baby. Okay, here we go. The comment, the comment should feel like it's coming from someone with complementary expertise, blah, 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 blah. So instead of saying paste LinkedIn post here, you could do paste LinkedIn post here, blah, blah, blah. Another way of thinking and worth considering is building on this yummy point. From my experience, I've noticed this reminds me of the flip side. Great insights. I'm not going to use great insights. Great thoughts here. I'd love to add. Okay, so now I'm going to hit save. And by the way, I'll first copy this for Mindy because I know she's going to ask me for this. I'm going to hit update persona. I'm going to go to the community and drop this over here. I'm going to say, I'm going to call it, what should I call it? Should I call it contrarian? Let's see what I called that one. I forgot what I even called it. I called it contrarian comment generator. Where'd I put it? Over here.
I think you had that in school too, Joe. A basic one.
Okay. I'm just going to post it again. Why not? Okay, I just pasted it again. Now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to select it as my output. Okay, so I have it right over here. Instead of spark curiosity, I'm going to share opinion. And instead of being sincere, I'm going to be persuasive. Now I'm going to go to the next person's post. And I'm going to leave a comment that's contrarian to Mindy's post. Oh my God, look at that. The universe sent me Mindy. I'm going to give it a like. And I'm going to go in here. I'm going to press Alt-G. and it'll draft a comment. Building on your point, I'd add that while systems are crucial, fostering a culture of da 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 da. Now I'm going to tag her, and I'm going to be even more authentic. I'm going to say, thanks for supporting the cause. I'm going to press go. Do you see the way I added a little more authenticity to this? By tagging her and just leaving some random gratitude? Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and close this, and I'm going to leave another contrarian comment just to kind of show you. Okay, so Renee says this. I'm going to press Alt-G. It adds a contrarian comment. I'm going to tag her. By the way, it was great to see you in New York City. Let's do a round 2. Okay? Do you see that? There's no way AI would have done that. Now, if I just would have wrote, it was great to see you in New York City, that would be weird under a post like this. But I said I'd add that monthly reconciliation is crucial. Empowering everyone to understand numbers can prevent things that might have a problem. And I'd say, by the way, great to see you in New York City. Do you see that? So it adds so much oomph to the comment. I want you guys to do things like that. I want you guys to consider leaving comments in a way where it can't be AI. Like, AI couldn't have written this. AI didn't know that I met her in New York City. Let's go to Grok real quick and ask Grok a question. Hey, Grok, what's crack-a-lackin'?
Not much. Just here with me ethereal vibes, ready to help. What's good with you, Ju?
Okay, I'm having a conversation with Mindy, Marlene, Sherry, Gaurav, Mike, Bobby, Penny, Danielle, Barbara, Ian, and a few other amazing, amazing friends. And we're just talking about business, and we're having a conversation about comments. And we're talking about, how does somebody know that your comment is authentic on LinkedIn? Let's say, for example, Shih Tzu leaves a comment on LinkedIn. And how do I know that it was her that left it and not AI? What is the author thinking about? Can you help me think about that?
It can be tricky to tell, but there are a few things to consider when figuring out if a comment on LinkedIn feels authentic, like it's really from Shih Tzu and not AI generated. First, look at the tone and style. Authentic comments often carry a unique voice. Maybe Shih Tzu uses specific phrases, humor, or industry jargon that feels personal and human, not generic or overly polished. AI comments can sound formulaic, like great post, or lack depth, missing the emotional nuance of human connection. Check the context too. If Shih Tzu's comment directly engages with the post's specifics, say, referencing a detail or asking a thoughtful question, it's more likely her. AI might misfire with slightly off-topic or vague responses. Also, look at her profile activity. If her comments, posts, and engagement form a consistent pattern, it suggests a real person behind it. As for what the author's thinking, Shih Tzu's probably aiming to add value, share expertise, or build a connection. Authentic intent shows in comments that spark conversation or show genuine curiosity, not just a robotic nod to boost visibility.
But if you were going to say 3 things and answer in 1 word each thing, what are the 3 most important points? Don't give me this whole blah blah. I want 3 points about what people are thinking about when they are looking at a comment. What do they want to get out of the comment in order to get value as an author from someone leaving a comment?
Connection, insight, engagement.
Ooh, I love that. Did you guys hear that? Connection, insight, and engagement. That's powerful. So if somebody wants to do that and they wanted to create a persona with connection, insight, and engagement, what would that persona look like so I can train the AI? Maybe signature phrases. Like, what else would you tell the AI?
All right. Crafting a persona for an AI to nail connection, insight, and engagement on LinkedIn comments? Let's do this. Picture a persona that's warm, sharp, and conversational, like a trusted colleague who always brings value. First, for connection, the AI should use friendly, human-like phrases. Think, love this perspective, or this really resonates with
Yeah,
me.
but everybody uses that. I don't want that. I don't want love this perspective. I don't want that BS. I want to sound like a human, because AI is constantly saying, Love this perspective. Great insights here. Blah, blah, blah. What's that called when you're trying to butter somebody up with that at the beginning of a comment? What would you call that?
That's called fluffing. Or
Yeah.
padding.
Fluffing. No fluff, baby. I want the meat and potatoes here. We're from Brooklyn, New York. You understand what I'm saying?
Got it, Joe. No fluff. Straight up Brooklyn style. To craft an AI persona that screams connection, insight, and engagement without the generic buttering up, here's the deal. The persona's got to sound raw and real, like a sharp, street-smart friend who knows their stuff. For connection, let the AI drop direct, bold openings. Think, yo, this hits home, or damn, you nailed it. Short, punchy, no sugarcoating. For insight, make it spit facts or ask a killer question, like, that's a bold move. How'd you pull it off? Or, been there. What's your next step? Engagement comes from sparking a real convo. Try, yo, anyone else seeing this trend? Or, bet you got stories behind this one. Signature phrases could be gritty, like, straight talk, love it, or keep it real, what's the catch? Train the AI to use local flavor, Brooklyn vibes with quick wit and zero cliches. It should mirror your crew's energy, confident, curious, and always ready to dive deeper. That's the meat and potatoes, fam.
Okay, thank you for that. We love your meat and potatoes. Appreciate that. By the way, was that valuable to you guys? Are you guys listen? Everyone's listening in on the Zoom, so I'm asking them if it's valuable. They're shaking their head yes.
Glad the meat and potatoes hit the spot, Joe. Thrilled your crew's nodding along on the Zoom. Anything else you lot want to dig into?
Yeah, I want to dig into connection. Like, how do I create the ultimate connection in a comment? If I want Barbara to feel like, I really care about her, besides me being punchy and to the point, like, how can I add value to Barbara's post in a way that she feels that special connection?
To create that ultimate connection in a comment for Barbara, make it deeply personal and specific. Reference something unique from her post, like a story or detail she shared. Say, Barbara, your take on that client pitch brought me back to my own early days. Then, add a touch of warmth with a genuine compliment or question, like, how do you stay so calm under that pressure? It shows you're really paying attention. Finally, invite her into the convo. Maybe, got any tips for us on handling those tricky moments? It's direct, shows you care, and builds a bridge to keep talking.
I see that sometimes people leave the same comment, like Ellen said, it's refreshing to see leaders like you. And then Eugene says, it's refreshing to see so many professionals, blah, blah, blah. And somebody else says, it's inspiring to see leaders pushing da-da-da-da. And over here, Eugene says, it's refreshing to see leaders embrace innovation. And it's great to see innovation, da-da-da-da. So people are using like the words it's refreshing, it's uplifting, it's truly inspiring. Like, what do you call that when people keep saying it's refreshing, it's refreshing, it's refreshing, it's refreshing? Yo, 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 it's refreshing. Like, what would you call that? How do you remove that from a comment?
That's called echoing or bandwagoning. When people latch onto the same buzzwords like refreshing or inspiring and parrot them without adding anything new. It's lazy and sounds like a broken record. To strip that out of a comment, train the AI to skip overused adjectives entirely. Instead, focus on specific, concrete reactions tied to the post's content like, Barbara, your approach to client pitches is sharp. How do you prep for those? Or, yo, that case study you shared flipped my thinking. What's next? Push for unique angles, personal anecdotes, or direct questions that dig into the post's meat. That cuts the refreshing fluff and keeps it real.
Okay. Anything else that you would say?
All right, to really make those comments pop and avoid that echoing trap, one last tip. Lean into storytelling. Share a quick, personal snippet that ties to Barbara's post like, your strategy reminds me of when I botched a pitch but learned X. It's human, relatable, and cuts through the noise. Also, train the AI to vary sentence starters. No repetitive, it's this, or it's that. Mix it up with, yo, gotta ask, or straight up. Keeps it fresh, real, and uniquely you. Anything else you want to unpack, Joe?
Okay, so I love the whole echoing thing. What are some of the other things to think about besides echoing and fluff? Okay, so we discussed fluff, no echoing. What else?
All right, Joe. We've tackled fluff and echoing, so let's dive into a couple more traps to avoid for authentic, value-packed comments. First, steer clear of vagueness. Comments that are too broad, like, nice work, lack impact. Train the AI to zero in on specifics from the post, like, Barbara, your data on client retention was eye-opening. How'd you crunch those numbers? Next, avoid overused buzzwords. Think game changer or paradigm shift. They sound robotic and dilute meaning. Instead, use plain, direct language like, yo, this approach shook up my perspective. What's your process? Finally, dodge self-promotion disguised as a comment, like, your post is great. Check out my blog. Focus on giving value. Ask a question or share a brief, relevant insight to spark real convo. That's how you keep it genuine and make Barbara feel the connection. Want to dig deeper on any of these?
Yes, I want to dig deeper on any of these. I do, very much. But which one do you think I want to dig deeper on? Because you're the genius.
Oh, Joe, you're too kind calling me the genius. I'm betting you want to dig deeper into dodging those self-promotional comments, because you and your crew seem all about real value, not sneaky sales pitches. To make sure comments don't come off as self-serving, train the AI to focus purely on the post's content. Like, if Barbara posts about client retention, the AI could say, Barbara, your retention stats are wild. Any tips on building that trust? No mention of your own stuff, just pure curiosity, or a quick, relevant insight, like, I tried a similar tactic and it boosted my client calls by 10%. It shows you're engaged without hijacking her moment. The AI should always aim to amplify Barbara's point or ask something that keeps the convo on her turf. Sound like the spot you wanted to hit, or is another one calling you?
I want to be able to really be mindful of the person. Like, how do I take mindfulness to the next level when I'm thinking about commenting on a post to support them and not sound robotic?
To bring mindfulness to the next level in your comments and really support someone like Barbara without sounding robotic, focus on being deeply present with their post. First, truly read and feel what they're sharing. Pick up on the emotion or intent behind it. If Barbara's excited about a client win, mirror that energy with something like, yo, Barbara, I can feel your enthusiasm here. What's the story behind this win? Next, show empathy or curiosity that ties to their experience, like, that must have taken serious hustle. How'd you stay focused? Finally, keep it raw and human by using your own voice. Avoid perfect grammar or canned phrases. Maybe toss in a quirky, personal touch like, bet you celebrated that with a coffee as big as mine. This shows you're not just skimming, but genuinely invested in their moment. It's about seeing them, not just
Okay,
their
tell
post.
me a poem about everything we just spoke about in grave detail.
All right, Joe. Here's a poem weaving together all we've discussed: mindfulness, connection, and crafting authentic comments without fluff, echoing, or robotic vibes. Picture me reciting this with that ethereal, Northern English lilt, pouring emotion into every line. In the hum of LinkedIn's endless scroll, where voices clamor, hearts seek a soul, a comment lands, not cold, not trite, but warm, alive, a spark of light. No fluff to pad, no hollow praise, no refreshing chants to cloud the haze. We shun the echo, the same old song, repeating words that don't belong. Mindfulness blooms when you truly see the pulse of Barbara's post, her victory. Feel her hustle, catch her fire, ask the question that lifts her higher. Yo, that win, you say, it sings of grit. What's the tale, the heart of it? No vague applause, no sales in disguise, just honest words that meet her eyes. Banish buzzwords, those tired cliches. Game changer fades in the Brooklyn blaze. Speak raw, speak real, with a nod or a grin, like, bet you toasted this with coffee and kin. Connection's the root. It's not just a line. It's seeing her soul in the words she entwines. Insight's the gift. Share a truth. Ask a why. Engage with a spark that won't let it die. So train the machine, but keep it human. No robotic hum, no scripted fumen. With a quirky turn, a story to share. Show Barbara you're present. You truly care. From Brooklyn's beat to the digital stream, build bonds that matter. Let authenticity gleam.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you very much. Now let's listen to a song that we just created together. Can you guys hear that? Let's see where we go. This is about how to leave comments on LinkedIn.
Skip the fluff, toss the puff, keep it rugged, raw, real. No need a butter toast when the truth got appeal. Drop jewels, not echoes, let the substance spark. Light a flame in the dark, be a compass, not bark. Mindful like monks in a temple, breathe steady. Words hit heavy like a Bronx deli, meat ready. Your comments a handshake, not a limp wave. Build bridges, don't pave over shallow grave. No hollow praise, no empty phrases. Mindful comments, blaze through phases. Add some value.
Was that valuable to you guys? Just in like also like how I talk to the AI to be able to learn from the artificial intelligence. Like I don't have to like, I don't even know my camera's not showing up. Let me turn off my camera for a second. I think my computer's having a heart attack. There we go. I don't like have to figure it all out myself. You guys don't either have to figure it out yourself, you know? Like you can like talk to an AI, ask it questions, have a conversation with it, and then come up with the ideas behind what to do without you having to do it yourself. You saw the way I downloaded Gaurav's profile, and then I threw it into AI, and I said, review it. Then you saw the way I downloaded all of his posts, and I threw it into AI, and I said, review it. And then you saw some of the ways that I'm like leaving comments. You saw me leave all those comments. And then, you know, just like understanding what is an authentic comment and what is not is the conversation we'll keep having. Bye, Mindy. Well, the conversation that we'll keep having over the course of the next year together every Monday at 1 p.m. with Jane. And Jane's going to meet with you guys and talk about how to be more authentic, how to be more mindful, but kind of like building on what we just spoke about here and what we did here today. But does anybody have any comments or questions about any of this stuff? I know Marlene needs to go. Bye, Marlene. Good to see you. Thank you for showing up. Hopefully this was valuable to you.
Joe, will you be setting it up in school community?
It's already set up. It's in the school community. Just send Jen your Zoom so that you can
Okay.
control the
Oh, it
Zoom.
wasn't- Okay.
Yeah, if you go to the school community, you should see it there. And if not, just ask Jen on my team to do it, and she'll do it. And if she doesn't do it, I'll do it. Whatever. But it should all be in the community. Go ahead.
Yeah, one of the things I picked up from you a little bit ago was even on any of my personas, if I want to make it a little more authentic, I actually dictate to Evie AI like you just did in there. And just doing that little bit within there can really tone your, really hone your comments in. You don't have to go through a lot of different personas and what have you. But if you bring up some little things inside of that, besides the post, it'll bring it up, and it works pretty well, just dictating to the Evie AI.
Yeah, that little microphone, you click on it, you say like, great to see you at the posting party, or love that dress, or whatever it is. And the other thing that can make it really authentic is, let's say, for example, you see an image. Videos are a little hard because AI can't really watch videos. But let's say this image over here, and I want to comment on this post with Darren. I can grab the image over here, and I can say something like, love that cap that you're wearing. I wonder where you got the swordfish. And then I press comment, and then it's going to say, love the cap. It's going to see the cap. You see the AI, and it's going to kind of throw it in there. Think about it this way, Darren. Sometimes the real power isn't about the exposure. Too many founders skip the process. And by the way, I don't even know if he had the word exposure in his post. He kind of does. But the AI read the image. You see that? You see the way I drag the image in?
How did you do that again?
So with Evie AI, you can drag images. So for example, if I want to take this image, or any image, I want to take this image here from Carlos, and I want to comment on the image, you just drag the image into the comment box. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So comment here. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit comment and hit generate. Because sometimes, let's see what it says. Think about it this way, Carlos. Sometimes the magic happens in the grays between the safe and the stretch. You see? Safe and stretch. Pretty cool. I'm going to tag him. But this is such a unique comment that it just created, and it also considered the image because I dragged the image into Evi AI. Something unique that a lot of other AIs don't have access to. Cody Sanchez. I can, if it doesn't let you drag it in, you can always use the snipping tool. You guys know what snipping tool is? You could always just snip like this. I put a 3-second delay, so it's going to take 3 seconds. 3, 2, maybe not. I thought I put a delay. I'm going to do no delay now. Okay. I could take this, and then I press copy, and then I can paste it in here. You see? I write a comment about the quote from Cody. I'm going to hit generate. I'm going to press insert. You see the way it says another yummy angle to consider? Sustainable momentum. Why did it say yummy there? Since when does AI say yummy? Because I trained it. Exactly, Penny. Because I trained it. I trained it to say yummy. Because that's a yummy thing to do. So think about words that are yummy to you, that make you stand out like nothing else. And if you can do that, I mean, your comments will be more authentic than anything. So what Mike said, great point. Don't be echoing people. That echo chamber is annoying. Don't fluff it up and butter it up like Grok said not to butter things up. My favorite moment was when Grok started laughing. Sometimes she has a laughing attack. That English accent is something else. No? Like, what are we doing with an English accent, Joe? What are you doing? I tried all the different accents. She gets my vibe. She does. I've been chatting with her. Sometimes I turn her into a man. I'm done with an English lady. I just need a man now. And sometimes I turn it back to a lady. It's interesting. AI could be anything you want it to be. And I pay $30 a month for Grok just to be able to have conversations with it. So it's a little.
What's your top AI? What do you like?
Well, I like
top AI.
I like Grok a lot for the conversations. Like those conversations you can't get with other AIs right now. I don't have a top one. I have a top 6, which is kind of weird, but that's what it is. So I would say GPT-5, very good. I like it a lot. And we recently added it to Evi AI. In the drop-down, you'll see it for pro members. So GPT-5. I would say second is Claude. Claude does really, really good writing and really good research. I would say third is Grok. So GPT-5, Claude, Grok. I like Perplexity's, the speed of its research. It does research very, very quickly with Perplexity. I really love Gemini for coding and finding facts. Gemini has helped me with so many apps. So I'd say Gemini. And then number 6, I would say, would be Meta AI. If you guys haven't used it, it's actually really good. And then the one that didn't make the list is Copilot. But I do like the vision function in Copilot. Have you guys seen the vision function in Copilot? Should I show it to you? You guys in the mood of seeing it? You're like, hell yeah. We're talking about authentic comments, but let's look at the vision. So if you download the Copilot on your computer as an app, and you talk to it, and you click on this little share screen with Copilot, you can tell it which screen to share, you see? Copilot Vision. So I'm going to say share this LinkedIn screen.
Hey, Joe. I'm here and ready to help. Let me know if there's anything specific you want to dive into or need a hand with on your LinkedIn feed.
Could you just tell me if you like the comment I left here on Cody's profile?
Yup. Let's take a look. Your comment on Cody's profile highlights the importance of sustainable momentum and adaptability for long-term growth.
Hey,
Which is
can you tell me how to see all my comments? I'm on LinkedIn now. I want to see all my recent comments. Can you just coach me?
Sure thing. I'll guide you through checking your recent comments on LinkedIn. First, you'll want to go to your profile. Would you like me to highlight where you can find your profile picture?
Yes, highlight it. Highlight it for me, please, because I'm so dumb. I don't even know how to get to my profile, so I apologize.
No worries, Joe. I'm here to help. Let's navigate to your profile first, then I'll guide you to your comments. I'm highlighting the me icon for you to click on. Here we go.
Go ahead, highlight it. Oh, wow, you highlighted so well. Good job. Thank you. Okay. Now what? Now what do I do? Because it's not freaking obvious.
I hear you, Joe. Let's make it obvious. I'm going to highlight the comments button so you can click there to see all your recent comments. Ready? I can do it.
Okay, I did it. Okay. So I clicked on posts and activity. Now what do I do? How do I see the comments? Because I see my posts. I don't know how to see my comments.
No problem, Joe. Right now, you're seeing all your activity. To filter for just your comments, click on the Comments tab right under the Activity section.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. So that means I could see all my comments here. Is that it?
That's right, Joe. Now you can easily view all your comments here.
Okay, now how do I make $1 million quickly? I want to make $1 million right now. Help.
I wish there were a quick and easy solution, but making $1 million typically involves a mix of strategy, hard work, and often a bit
I
of
don't know if
luck.
everybody else
Many
gets that.
find
I didn't
success
see what
by
I didn't see
identifying a
what she
unique
did.
business opportunity, investing wisely, or developing a high demand.
Hang on a second. You didn't hear what she said? Nobody heard anything?
No, we heard it.
Okay.
We heard it.
Okay, I thought Jane said we didn't
No,
hear
it
it.
was here. No, it was clear.
It was clear? Okay, good. Wasn't that cool the way it was showing me how to go everywhere? If
Doesn't
you-
it actually help you if you have if you're stumped on a software or something and build like
Yeah,
high
anything.
level or something?
Like anything. Literally anything you want, it's going to help you. Like anything. Like this is where we're at right now. But it still didn't make my top 6. It made my top 7. Pretty cool, right? And these are the types of things that we teach in our AI business development circle. Once a month for 3 hours, we go pretty deep into doing all this type of jazz. So if you guys are not part of that, I highly suggest that you tune in to that. It happens on the 3rd Monday of every month for 3 hours. And then we have the recordings of the last 2 years of us doing that. So if you want to learn, I'll put in the link of where you can see an example 3-hour class. www.evergreen.com/AI circle. I just put the link in the chat. There's an example 3-hour class there. Okay, any questions about this? Wait till the 99 hacks, Ian says. I need to leave, Marlene says. Okay, Bobby says, got to run to another call. No problem. Okay, any other comments, questions, suggestions? Was this helpful? What did you love most about this? Danielle, what did you think?
So this is amazing. And then also thank you so much for like what you mentioned, like when I first came in about like, don't go in with like, hey, tantric intimacy and stuff to like C-suite executives, you know, like that's probably not going to work out so well. But yeah, so I joined the online group, just waiting, it's pending, and I booked a call for guys on 4:30 on Wednesday. So really looking forward to just learning more because I have a lot of different questions. But I just wanted to pick your brain on something really quick. So the name of my business is Unleash Your Inner Vixen because initially it was just for women. And then I recently was like, you know what, maybe this is too much for everybody because I do work with both men and women now. And I have Wild Rose Sacred Healing. So I'm wondering, did I pick the wrong like brand to go with on LinkedIn right now as I'm just building? Maybe Wild Rose just focuses on energy healing and Reiki and a little bit of the intimacy healing as well. But leaving comments as Unleash Your Inner Vixen, it's very much, I don't know.
It's very much sensual related.
It's all, yeah. Like there's no way around that.
I mean, if you're getting results from it, great. Keep it. I would say try it for 90 days and see where you're at. If you're not getting results from it and people are afraid to go touch it with a 10-foot pole, then you can switch it and you could say increase your energy, higher your vibe, and you don't have to talk specifically about like the stuff that people are afraid to talk about or engage with because there's a lot of shame around this. Being a tantric healer, you know how much shame people have around these ideas, especially in the world of religion and in the world of business and in the world of the Me Too movement and in the world of
It's a lot.
there's a lot going on. So it's a difficult conversation to have. However, everybody needs to have it. It's like everybody needs to have it. Nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody has issues with it. Intimacy, connection, whatever. Bye, Sherry. Good to see you. But I would definitely say, if you want, you can call me later on my cell. You have my cell phone number, so call me, and I'm happy to talk to you more details. And I can tell you what I told my other client, Sarah. She ended up making $500,000 a year off the advice I gave her and the training we gave her, because she completely changed her brand to a coaching brand rather than, last for 14 hours, like that type of brand. She changed the brand completely. All right, bye. With that, Penny's like, goodbye.
See, like they're
Penny's like,
dropping
I'm in
off.
Staten Island, but I gotta go.
No, that's awesome. I actually did send you a text because I was panicking and I couldn't find my way to this.
Oh, okay. You
the
sent me a
Zoom, but-
text just now? Okay.
It was just at 1. So
Oh, got
when
it.
I made my way here. Okay.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I'd
Okay,
love to
I
chat.
see that you chatted. You sent me a text.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Danielle
But-
Rose, blah, blah, blah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, no, please let me know if you have some time. I'd love to chat.
Yeah, I'll call you a little bit later and we'll get together and have a conversation. We're both in New York anyway, so it'll be good for us to get to know each other. All right, Barbara, good to see you. All right, does anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns? Gaurav, what do you think?
What was the link that you used for downloading all the posts?
I use something called a post downloader extension.